Welcome back. In the studio with me today is a friend from some time ago who's doing some amazing things. We're just catching up. So if you're on my Facebook Live, you're on my Facebook Live. So you heard all of our stuff that we just caught up on, my personal one. But in the studio is none other than Danita Patterson. She is the founder and CEO of Destiny Outreach. Dreams and Destiny Workforce Program. She's creating Midwest Hollywood in Chicago, and she'll tell us about what all of that is. Danita, welcome to WVON.
Thank you so much, Rufus. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
It's good to have you, even though I tried to send you to a different address. I tried to be good and then send her someplace else, but she figured it all out in good time.
I'm here.
This apprenticeship program that you're doing. Well, first, before we even get to that, tell the people about you. Give us some of your background, where you're from, what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, I am a native Chicagoan that's something that I'm always proud of, but I have literally been living in Los Angeles and bi-coastal, for lack of a better term, for 33 years as a film and TV producer in Hollywood. But Destiny Outreach, which is my 501c3, is headquartered here in Chicago, and we've been impacting youth and young adults for the past 28 years.
So, we always have to ask the obvious Chicago question, South Side or West Side?
South Side. You got to say it the right way.
And what high school did you go to?
I went to St. Ignatius and I went to lab school, so they both claim me.
Okay. All right. And okay, this is good. These are good schools to have gone.
I got my Chicago card.
This is legit. And so you decided to go into film and television production. Why?
It's so interesting. It actually correlates with this apprenticeship. When I was 14, I was doing musical theater at Kennedy King. I was the youngest cast member, but at 16, I started in TV production. And that TV production internship gave me the understanding that, wow, I want to be a producer. And so that was at WGN, it was Central City Productions, and I also was in Tribune Broadcasting Building. So it was like a world of possibility for me that opened my eyes that I want to be in the entertainment industry.
And so, but you weren't at 14 years old, you weren't producing, you were acting or singing or something.
Yeah, at 14, I was dancing, I was singing, I was also in the junior company for Joe Hall. So I was definitely in the arts, but I was not in TV production.
So you're talented, but you gave that up to go and do production. Are you still doing things?
I'm in front and behind. Yeah, in front and behind. It just basically rounded it out a little more for me because I was always, destined, I guess, to be in this industry. From age 2, I started in at Mayfair.
Destined.
Destined. And destiny and destined.
Funny how those things work. So talk to us about this apprenticeship program that you're putting together.
So the Dreams and Destiny program was always in existence since the early 2000s, where we worked a lot in personal and professional development. But what we've had the opportunity to do now is shift into even expanded workforce development. Instead of just career exposure, now we are literally placing apprentices on jobs in the entertainment industry after we train them so that they can be prepared. So that's really exciting for us to venture into that area. And we're sponsored by the Phalanx Family Services and a grant through the Illinois Department of Human Services. So we're so grateful that we can pay for these internships.
So paid internships are really good. Mm-hmm. Although in the business, in the industry, most internships are not paid.
They're not paid. My internships, one was paid, and then one I did with WSTV when I was in college, and that was not paid.
Yeah, there's been interesting stories that people tell about how they began in the mailroom and worked their way up to being CEO, not being paid in the mailroom.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of that push that often happens with internships. I know when I was at Harpo, it was one of the things we talked about, whether internships should be paid or not paid. So all those who are paid, you're welcome.
Because we paid a price for you to be paid now.
Those things did happen. So you decided to do this program in Illinois versus doing it in LA.
Well, Destiny Outreach, my 501c3, is headquartered here in Chicago. And this has always been our base. We've impacted nationally over 20,000, but Chicago has been the biggest hub for us. And so what better place, as I am bringing a lot of my own production back to my hometown, but also wanting to build a workforce pipeline for this merging entertainment industry that we have in my city that I love. And so I would have never left if I could have done narrative and film and TV in Chicago.
And so now you can't. So does that mean you're coming back big time?
I'm back. Now I still have some roots in Los Angeles. You got to bring some Hollywood too, my Midwest Hollywood, but definitely spending a lot more time in Chicago.
Okay, so tell us more about the apprenticeship program.
So the apprenticeship program is a program that is going, it's a first cohort that we have. The first cohort is 21, and we kicked it off June 3rd. It's been amazing. We took them through 4 weeks of training that was intensive, every Friday, Saturday from 10 to 5:30. And we have gone through personal development, leadership development. We've gone through production assimilations. They've done a short film. They've been to multiple studios. My office is at Center City Studios, but we've also been to the Field Studio. They've been to Filmscape. It's been so many exposures that they've had. They've had teachers and facilitators that have come in, and it's just been really preparing them in the pre-apprenticeship, and then we've been placing them on a lot of the different jobs in theaters, as well as with Central City Productions, which was the first production company that I did my internship with. We've got 3 apprentices that are there, and then we've got Can TV. So it's just been amazing to see this full circle of what I experienced in my life. Now I'm able to pay it forward to these young adults.
Yes, Center Space and all there has really brought a lot into here. I know, again, I'll mention Harpo again, because when we opened the studio, we were looking to develop it when we opened the studio. When Oprah opened the studio, the thought was really to develop it in many of the places that Center Space has done, because she's now moved on to some other things. So it's good to see how this industry is really growing and thriving here in Chicago. So the work that you're doing really does help to continue that on, because there may be more Danitas who experience this now and come and try to do some things beyond that. The young people who are in the program, how did they get in it?
So we got them from different places. Some were, they saw just an advertisement. Their auntie, their mom told them about it. We also have, a wonderful list of people who have worked with us over the years. So we sent it out, but it was a serious vetting process. I mean, the application itself takes about 20 minutes to do. They then had to go through WorkNet. Because this is a state grant, there were just a lot of things that they had to fill out so that they could make sure that they were eligible. And then we took them through rigorous, because this is a very competitive industry, and I want to make sure that they're prepared for it. We give them the truth so that they can make sure that they're ready to be able to not just get a job, but be sustained in the entertainment industry. And because I am a stakeholder in Illinois and in Chicago with the Chicago Film Office, with the Illinois Film Office, I'm serious about making sure we build a workforce pipeline that can garner other people from parts around the world to come here and do film and TV projects so that we can have work in our hometown.
Sheila Brown, who was at Center Space and running the foundation, had an apprenticeship Center Cares program there too. And I know when she began it there, the push at first was to try and bring in people just from the community, bring in folks from Lawndale. And I was at BBF, and we were helping to vet through some of the people who were coming in with a really intensive program, similar to what you're describing here. Were you familiar with her program?
Very familiar. So Sheila Brown, what she did was just incredible, and it was really a stepping stone for Dreams and Destiny program, where we're with Center City, and so all that's on the same campus of Center Space and Center City, and we are definitely now being able to expand to the other studios that are also in the city. So we'll be working with the Field, as well as other studios that are coming into existence, the Chicago Studio City, and all these different studios where we're able to also place interns and apprentices with those particular productions and entities as well. So she was a pioneer, and now we're just expanding. We're in partnership with IATSE as well. We're the only 2 entities that are in partnership with IATSE to actually not only give them apprenticeships, but give them a pathway to union cards as well.
We're talking with Danita Patterson. She is the founder and CEO of Destiny Outreach, Dreams and Destiny Workforce Program, creating Midwest Hollywood in Chicago, securing paid entertainment jobs for Chicago's youth and young adults. We'll have more with Danita right after this. Welcome back. We are talking to Danita Patterson, producer, writer, actress, model, and founder of Destiny Outreach, about her apprenticeship program that's happening for young people to get involved in entertainment and all different aspects of it. So there's a lot that happens that is not in front of the camera. And your internship program or your apprenticeship program helps them to learn those things.
Absolutely. One of the things we're very proud of is Tony Baraka, who's the business manager for IATSE, which is the largest, 476. He is really passionate about making sure we understand all of the different job opportunities that are behind the scenes, because so many of our young people, especially Black and brown, they just see the faces on camera, on the stage, but they don't realize there's grips, stage managers, there's entertainment producers, there's digital managers, there's cinematographers, there are all these different positions. Locations managers. And so we want to make sure that they understand all these positions, but that they understand this is show business. And the business part of this is what people tend to miss. So we're showing both the creative and all of the artistic aspect, but all of the technical and the functionalities of opportunities and careers you can choose in this industry.
So Danita, these are paid apprenticeships. How are they getting paid?
They're getting paid they're getting paid minimum wage, but they're getting paid through what's been made possible. The Illinois Department of Human Services has an Illinois Youth Investment Program, and then Phalanx is one of the recipients who is our sponsor. And so we've just been very excited to have this opportunity to have funds, but we also have other partners who work with us, Green Archer, who's making sure that we can continue to pay this forward. We have a first cohort, and we're going to have a second cohort. So it's been exciting, but we're always looking for more donors because this is something that we want to continue to keep going.
Is this the first year you're doing this in Chicago?
This is inaugural, and this is our pilot.
So obviously you've got the International Alliance of Theatrical Employees, EIC, which those of us who didn't,
Thank you.
The International Alliance of Theatrical Employees, Local 476, which was very good when we were doing the thing over at CineSpace, because there were people who got their union cards as a result of doing this, which a lot of us don't get. So,
yes.
So that's good. Talk about the diversity in your program. Who's involved?
So we have from 16 to 24, our youngest being 16, Makai. And then we have students who are from college, students in high school. We have Black and brown in this particular cohort. We tend to work a lot of times with international people from all over the world in terms of the work we've done with the 20K that we've worked with over the years. However, this program, we wanted to make sure that underserved from different neighborhoods that otherwise would never have access to these type of apprenticeships or entertainment access. So we really wanted to make sure that we could focus on those neighborhoods on the west side, on the south side, and in area codes that they could really be able to say, wow. And that's what's been amazing, Rufus, is them walking into a studio. They literally said, wow, I've never been in a movie studio. So being able to open their eyes, being able to allow them to know what's possible, that I realized what was possible for me has been really a gift and a blessing.
Being over at CineSpace, are they able to interact with any of the shows that are being produced over there?
So we're at CineCity, and so there's a distinction between the CineSpace and the CineCity. But CineCity does have some films that are there. We're having a podcast. We have a Do Media, so we have some interns that are also placed within Destiny Outreach. And actually, we have one of our apprentices with us today, Michael Banks. He's actually videotaping and taking pictures. He's been amazing and such a great leader. But we also have, other youth that are working with us inside of Destiny Outreach at CineCity. And so it has been an amazing experience for them to be on the grounds at a studio with a Hollywood producer working with me, where we're not only doing, social media, but we have other media products that we're doing, including a podcast that's forthcoming.
Fantastic. And this is a space where the things you have to learn in these apprenticeships are things that stick with you for life. I will still remember when we were doing the thing over at with Brown, one of the guys from Chicago Fire came over, and he talked about how for him, when he was on Sex and the City as well, and he said, if you get there 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you get there on time, you're late. And if you get there 15 minutes late, you're fired. And so he knew how long it took him to take the train in. And he would leave himself enough time that even if he had to walk, he would still make it on time, because he knew what those challenges were. And to recognize that you have to be flexible, to recognize you have to be engaged, You have to be willing to do things, and importantly, you got to be on time.
You have to be.
It's so important for our folks to understand all the way through.
We teach something called set etiquette. So we had so many different modules, 14-part modules within 4 weeks. It was intensive. And one of the things we taught was set etiquette. I always teach, to make sure the 15 minutes that I said the same things to them. I also share with them, you really have to also anticipate the needs of your producer or of the director, because a lot of times how you position yourself can mean a promotion for you. And so a lot of people don't understand the different things. There's politics in our industry. There's so many people who come from school, but so many people who nepotism might have gotten them the job. So it's not always about, oh, I went to school for this, as opposed to what is my skill? Am I always learning? Am I always training? And then relationships. I teach them about relational equity. Respecting relationships and not just being transactional, but being relational. So these are a lot of things I learned also from Hollywood, where I've seen people who've made it and people who've crashed and burned and people who've had some sustainability. I've been teaching them a lot of that as well. So they're getting it from the horse's mouth.
Well, it's wonderful in the beginning from where you are, and more people who come through. Maybe we'll have a chance to use nepotism, but we got to get there first.
Got to get there.
We got to. Who are related and who know. Well, Danita, I'm so, I must have met you when you were 16. You must have been an intern.
I was actually with Valerie Norman back in the day.
So it's good to see that things are happening as they are. Good to see you and doing what you're doing. Wonderful to see you giving back.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on with us to talk about it.
Thank you for having me, Rufus.
Break a leg.
I hope to.
And we look forward to seeing more. Appreciate you. Let's find out from Candace what's going on in the news. We'll be back. I got much more for you when we